Hello and welcome to this demo video. Before we get started, I'd just like to explain to you a few things which will relate to all of the basic range spreadsheets. Number one, there is a key on the intro and setup tab of all of the spreadsheets showing what the different color headers mean. The blue headers mean that the cell's formulated, so it's locked and you can't change it. The yellow headers are where you can input data, and occasionally there might be some gray headers, which is just a different kind of data input, but we'll include instructions as and when that happens. The other thing that you can be aware of is there are ways in which you can damage the spreadsheet. So please do take a look at the link where you see this image, which will take you to a web page to show you how to better preserve your spreadsheet. Please feel free to keep a blank version of the spreadsheet somewhere, so that if you do mess up a spreadsheet that you're using, you can in fact just open a new one, a blank one. And some of the spreadsheets only last for a year, and then you've got a blank one to start the following year. So do keep a blank copy as a backup somewhere. And lastly, wherever you see this image, you can click on it. It'll take you back to the store where you purchased this product to see if you've got anything, any more products. One last thing, to see a demo video, you can click on this on a link that looks like this in order to go to the demo video, but that'll take you to the most recent demo. If in fact we've done upgrades and you're using an older version and you'd like to see the demo relating to your version, then do click on the watch on YouTube link, which will take you to that specific video on YouTube. So I think that's all you need to know. So without further ado, let's move on to this demo video. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to this demo for the basic income and expense spreadsheet. So what is the purpose of the spreadsheet? The purpose of the spreadsheet is to look at a few things. It really is for kind of freelance people or very small business owners. Let's just have a look here quickly. It takes into consideration the time that you spend working at a rate, any mileage that you may do, obviously per mile, and then it takes into consideration money going out, so in other words expenses for you or money coming in. So let's just take a look and see, because first what you need to do is set up the spreadsheet. So you've got categories. These categories are your expense categories. You can list up to 10 different expense categories. So, break down your expenses however you wish. The second thing that you need to fill in is the mileage rate. So for the first however many thousand miles, or first however many miles at a rate, and thereafter at a different rate. There's usually a government standard for this, so you just want to make sure that these are correct. They probably will have values in already, but just check that it's the correct rate. You can change these cells, the white cells under the grey headers. Also the start date, preferably the first of a month, because the spreadsheet will last you for a year, and you need to use a new one, so just keep a blank copy somewhere, but put in the start date. Preferably, as I said, the first of a month. It doesn't have to be. You can name income 1 and income 2. I've just got two different kinds of income in case you want to separate your income into two different categories. You can rename income 1 and rename income 2 by just typing something into that cell below. And then setting your hourly rate. This be your hourly rate that it works out. So every hour you work, how much effectively, not necessarily how much you're invoicing, but for what's that costing you. Once you've filled those figures in, you can go to the data entry tab. Pretty straightforward. Each time you can put as many on each day as you like. If we go down to the bottom, you see we've got 3,500 rows. So you just put the date, a description. You can type in whatever you want, so you know what it is that you've entered, and then time, distance, going out, coming in, and category. You can put as many things on one line as you want. It'll total up all of them. So time, how much time have you spent on it? You entered time as in hour and minutes, so you put 1.00 like that for 1 hour, or 2.00 for 2 hours. If you just type in 1, it'll take 1 day, which will be 24 hours. So you can put in time, distance, just put it in miles. How many miles did you drive round trip if you went driving somewhere? And then that's actual money going out. That's actual money coming in for income 1 and income 2. So just fill in the correct value under the correct header. Use as many of them or as few of them as you need. And then if you do say money going out, just select the category. In fact, if you say that there's money going out, it'll turn yellow for you to select the category. So if there's money going out, just select which category. If there's income coming in, make sure you put it under the right header. And if there's time worked, just put in time or distance. So if you went to a meeting, and while you're out at a meeting, you bought a coffee, you can put time for the meeting, distance traveled, money out 20, and assign this as coffee or meeting or whatever header you've put up for that particular expense. And you've got money coming in and money coming out. So that's really all you need to fill in. That will complete everything on here. You've got your annual financial breakdown. You can see money in, money out, money in the two different categories in the background, the green, and all of your expenses broken down into different colors for each category. As you scroll down, you can see all of your income per month, income 1, income 2 with your total income. You can see all of your expenses, working time and mileage. That working time and mileage is as a monetary value, which is based on what you put on the intro and setup tab as far as your hourly rate or as far as the mileage is concerned. How many items have been uncategorized, i.e. you haven't actually categorized them. And then each category broken down per month, so you can see exactly what you're spending on each of the different categories that you've assigned per month. There's the total expenses. That's the difference between your income and expense, so those should all be positive, ideally. And then as you scroll down, you see your annual miles driven. So that's your working time and your miles in miles and time rather than a monetary value. So you've got all that breakdown, including the graph, and it's all happening from what you insert there, and that is based on your settings on this tab. So I hope that that's all useful to you, and I really hope that this benefits you and your business. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.